Hey Matt, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing this
I'm
morning?
good. Um, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? You're one of my first young adults when I started this ministry. So give us a scoop on Matt Yeo.
Okay, so I am an architecture student at FAU, Florida Atlantic University. I'm a sophomore in college right now, and I graduated from Tampa Bay Technical High School.
Very cool. So how has the transition been from being on campus to now being and having to do all your college classes at home and learning at home without professors and in college you collaborate a lot. So how's that been going? Tell us about it.
It's been okay. I'd say the biggest thing is the routine difference. Nowadays, I have to do chores and walk the dog and make sure my brother and my dad and my mom are getting done what they need to be done, as well as getting my homework done. Um, a little cleaning here and there compared to waking up, making breakfast, and then longboarding to class and sitting in a lecture for 2.5 hours and then taking a nap in the middle of the day sometimes due to exhaustion. But I think the routine change has slowly worked itself into what I am comfortable with now.
Okay.
Now classes seem easier from what was originally to when I moved back in, but hopefully it'll be done soon and then I can just be at home and not have any classes to worry about.
So that was going to be my next question. No summer classes.
I do have summer classes, but they'll be so easy I really won't have to worry about them.
What do you, besides waking up and just having breakfast and longboarding to your first class and lecture, what is it the most you miss about campus life?
I think it's so fun. Just maybe the 15 minutes I get in between class, I'll see someone I know on campus that I'm friends with, and I have a miniature conversation with them, and then I go about my day. But stuff like that happened every week at FAU, and now I'm stuck with only him, my dog, most of
Hi,
the day.
Jack.
Hello. This is an interview, and you're.
I love it. This is real life. This is what happens when.
It is. It really is.
It's perfect. I couldn't have asked for anything better. When you need a break from being in the house or whatever, and not having to your new routine that you created through school or home, what is your go-to thing? What do you do?
I don't believe I touched a bike in 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I finally rode my bike for the first time in forever when the quarantine started. So I've been going on long bike rides. I like that.
It is cool. Yes, I've done that as well. So you're done with school this week or next week? I'm sorry, I forgot what you said.
Well, architecture ends this week.
Okay.
Then all the other classes just are extremely less burdensome in
Okay.
comparison.
And how have your professors been during this time? It's a whole different way of learning than being in a lecture hall for 2.5 hours.
Some of them have been considerate and they've made the classes more easy, but my architecture teacher and my lab teacher have made things more difficult. So I haven't really appreciated that, but I get to talk to them through email, and
Okay.
that's really about it.
That's very cool. So being in college for 2 years or a year and a semester and a half,
Yeah.
what advice would you have for any, and although it's going to be new for high school students graduating for 2020, but anyone heading to school in the fall, God willing, everything will be back to normal.
Yeah.
What advice would you have for a college freshman heading off to school?
I would say with someone like me that has focus issues, the biggest thing that I can recommend is mastering time management.
Nice.
I think that is the most important thing because freshman classes, they're not going to be as difficult. And once you build up to your other years in college, if you have already created a routine and you manage your time throughout the day, have a little fun here, have a little work there, take a break, eat, go to class, work more, little break again. If you manage to create something like that in your everyday life, then you're going to be so prepared for when the classes start getting really hard.
I think anyone could, anyone, college especially, but like time management now, how to use our time wisely now that we're even, in lockdown. So
Yeah.
speaking of that, is there anything that you and your family do, or you like, have you anything different, now that you've been home, any family activities that you guys have done differently, or just being together?
Yeah, we've done a lot of board games recently. That's been really fun. Board games and movie watching has been a lot. Little ping pong here and there.
Can you recommend a good movie and or board game? Somebody said something about a unicorn. I think it was CJ. I don't know. Is that a video game? I'll have to ask. But I don't know. It was a video game, but I don't know much about video games.
No, I haven't seen that. But we have giant Uno.
Nice.
So it's Uno, but it's just the cards are about
Like
this
cute.
big. That's
That's
pretty
cool.
fun.
Yeah,
It's a little exaggerated, but it's pretty great.
that's
You
cool.
can't go wrong with Uno.
That's
I'd say we've been watching a lot of old movies. I'm yet to watch Forrest Gump
that's
this
a good one.
quarantine break, and that's my favorite movie personally. So I really want to watch Forrest Gump again, but I don't know what movies I'm allowed to recommend on the
Yeah, I
church
get you
radio.
now. I know it's okay. No, that's a perfect one. That's a definitely go-to one.
We did watch a good movie in Easter,
Uh-huh.
the day before Easter, Quiet Sunday or Quiet Saturday, I mean. And it was about a Roman soldier who was sent to investigate the missing grave of Jesus.
Okay.
Then throughout the movie, he's spying on the disciples and everything. And at the end of the movie, he comes to believe that Jesus is the Messiah. And I thought that was a very good movie.
Very cool. You don't remember the name?
I don't.
That's okay. Well, you'll remember. We could put it on there later. Once social distancing is over, or things slowly, whatever they say, phase 2, phase 3, I don't pay too much attention to it all, but once it ends, what is one of the first things that Matt Yeo wants to do?
He definitely wants to eat out. I've been wanting to go to a restaurant for a
Right.
long time now. I guess that would be nice. And then going out somewhere to do something fun with a bunch of my friends. That would be really nice.
For sure. We all miss that. And my last little question before we wrap up, how during this time, because we've all had to make the transition, have you been able to praise God or even vent to God during what everybody in the whole entire United States is going through? Like, there's always praise reports, and there's sometimes you just want to vent too. You can pick one or the other. It's up to you.
I think the biggest thing that I've done spiritually is thanking God, because there's so many other people out there who don't have as many blessings in this circumstance that I do.
For sure.
Like, some people are genuinely trapped in their house or wherever they live, and they can't do anything. I can go fishing, I can go on my bike, and I'm not really going to have to worry about people saying, get back in your house, or something like that. Some people, please God protect the homeless, because where do they go? They can't even, where do they go?
Right.
So I think that's one of the biggest things is I'm grateful for what I have in this type of circumstance.
Mm-hmm.
I've also been reading a lot of devotionals lately.
Good.
Like a new one every week.
Just picking one up. Yep.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, Matt, I can't tell you, you've always been one of my first people that joined the young adults in 2018. I've been blessed to always see your face when you come home on break, and now I get to see you all a little bit more since we do everything via Zoom.
Yeah.
So thank you for your time, your honesty, and always, being so cool. So thanks a lot, Matt.
Yeah. All right. Bye-bye.
I'll talk to you later.